Let's talk about how to write a follow-up email. If you're trying to really build a long-standing relationship with your contacts, with your customers, with your users, you got to really be better at writing a follow-up email. So in today's conversation, I want to share with you a few examples and templates you can apply to your specific situation. Okay, so here are the steps I want you to really first pay attention to. The thing is, when it comes to follow-up emails, you have all kinds of follow-up emails. Okay, and because every situation is different, every industry is different, every target audience is different. Okay, and don't forget that general copywriting best practices apply here as well, which is what you want to keep things brief, you want to be specific, you want to be honest, you want to be genuine, you want to include the original message, and you want to have one clear ask. Okay, don't try to confuse your audience. Don't try to confuse your recipients with a lot of asks. Okay, be just focus on one ask. So when I say be specific, well, if you are following up after an interview, introduction, or a meeting, you want to personalize it by including something specific the person mentioned. Ideally, something that you could tell was particularly meaningful to them. This can help jog their memory while also showing that you are listening attentively, and that's what you want to really show. And you want to be genuine. Okay, follow-up emails are pretty predictable and formulaic, but that doesn't mean that you can't be genuine in your communication. So what you want to do is you want to stay away from using generic, empty messaging. Actually, reflect on the specific item you want to mention, again, to jog their memory. And if it permits, keep a conversational tone if you can. Don't write like in a very academic manner. I mean, I have nothing against academic writing, but the follow-up email is not the place not to be conversational. You want to be conversational. This is and conversational is easier to read and write, and the person will not feel obliged to use formal tone in their responses in their response as well. Include the original message. So if you're following up on a previous email, do not make the recipient search for the original email and do not rewrite the email. Reply all to your email and then remove yourself from the recipient list so the person can have all the context they actually need. Okay. Also, if the original email has had an attachment, you want to reattach it. And again, you want to have one clear ask. Okay, I've said this before. Do not really overwhelm your recipient with too many asks. So let me give you the templates here. So first of all, let's talk about inquiry follow-up email template. So you want to send this type of email to someone who has reached out to your business, such as through a general inquiry form on your website. If they left a phone number, call them first to leave a voicemail and then follow up. You want to follow that up with an email like the one I will be showing you on the screen here. So basically, the subject line you can say something like in response to your inquiry. Okay, so hi, first name or last name depending on the industry. You can put something like thank you for reaching out to us. I just left you a voicemail. If you want to really maybe mention the time and date, you can do so. You want to briefly answer their question. And you can say something like, I'm happy to share more details and answer any further questions you have. When is the best time to reach you? It's always important to connect with a caller on the phone. Or you can say, you can feel free to stick with email correspondence if that's easier, right? You can put looking forward to connecting. You put your name, your contact info. That's really helpful. Now, let me show you an example on the screen here. So this is a template that you can replicate depending on your specific industry. So I'll be putting this on the screen. So here is a follow-up, the follow-up email, the templates. So hi, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for reaching out to us. I just left you a voicemail. Yes, we do offer customized options within the budget range you provided. You can view examples of our related work here and just put a link that is actually clear that links to that really directs to a landing page. And you can say, I'm happy to share more details. When is the best time to reach you? Okay. Give them always the option of reaching out to you via phone because you're able to connect with a customer, okay, with a potential customer, better over the phone than via email. Or you can just say, "Oh, feel free to correspond via email if that's easier," and that's it. Put your contact info, and you just send it. It's a very you can see that this is a very short inquiry follow up email, 3 lines, okay, less than 100 words, very straightforward. That's really fantastic. What about content download follow up email? Let me give you a template. Of course, the contact form on your site is just one of many ways to generate leads for your business, right? Content downloads are another big one. Ideally, you would have a series of subsequent lead magnets set up to help them keep moving through your funnel, right? You can have maybe a blog post or a second ebook. You can have an event invite. You can have a case study. You can have a free trial or consult. You got to have a strategy to really, how do I say it, to make that contact loyal, okay? And that's how you create solidity. You create a solid relationship. So those emails could either be a drip series where you send each one at a pre-specified time, all at the same time, all at a specific time, or a nurture series where each offer and timing of the email depends on the prospect's preceding action, right? So here you have some kind of a if, then yes, if, then no, that kind of that kind of sequence, okay? So let me give you the general template you can model after. So subject line, thanks for downloading our guide. So you can put the name, hi name, and you can just put thanks for downloading guide. You put the name of the guide, and congrats on taking the right step to achieve their desired outcome, right? You want to make them feel good, not flatter them. You want to make them feel good that they have made the right move, okay? So as outcome from tips in the first guide, introduce new pain point or need. So you can say, so I am attaching our additional resource name that you might also find helpful. Feel free to respond back with any questions you have. Keep up the great work, the name, okay? So you can see that you are really making the prospects feel good about their action, which you need. You want people to feel good that they have made the right move, and keep encouraging them to do even better. So using this template, I'm going to put this template on the screen. So here's a a content download follow up email example. So to the person, thanks for downloading our guide. Again, you have to really be straightforward. Use conversational tone. Use straightforward messaging. Okay. So you put the person's first name, not the last name, because you do not want to be formal. In this case, you want to be straightforward. So you can say you recently downloaded the Beginner's Guide to SEO. We hope you found it helpful. As mentioned in the guide, blogging is one of the best ways to get more traffic to your site, but it's also a pretty time intensive, right? You are really introducing the pain points that I talked to you about. So you can say, I'm attaching some blog post templates to help you get started. And so feel free to reach out with any questions that you have, okay? And you put your contact here. You don't have to necessarily talk to them on the phone, because remember, this is a follow-up. This is a content follow-up. If they want to talk to you, they've got your number, so they'll contact you like themselves. Let's talk about discovery call follow-up email template. So you want to use this follow-up email after you have had an introductory or discovery call with a prospective customer. This is actually a strategy to really solidify the the principles that you have shared with that prospects over the phone. Okay. So in the subject line, you can put your company and a client follow up. Okay. So you put hi, you put the person's name, and you can say it was a pleasure speaking with you about your topic needs goals today. Right? It's always about helping them recollect what kind of conversation they had in the first place, People are busy. People are busy. They are having thousands of conversations every single year, so they don't have to remember that on a daily basis. They probably have tens of conversations. So it's always better to recollect the scenario. So you can say, I have attached the slides from our call in case you or anyone on your team wants to review what we discussed. So I'm sure you're still in research mode right now. So I thought I would include a few resources to help you figure out if we are the right fit for you, right? So you put maybe one resource or two resources or three resources. So you can say any questions at all. Don't hesitate to reach out. You can also click here to schedule another call. I'll be happy to chat. Right? You're giving them a chance to talk to you again, which is really good. Anytime you invite someone to talk to you, that's really fantastic. And you just put talk soon, put your name. So I'm showing you on the screen here an example of a discovery call follow-up email using the earlier template I spoke about. So I'll put the template on the screen. So here you have a discovery call follow-up email. So you can put actionable plus Winger. This is an example. So you can put, hi Chinny, it was a pleasure talking to you about Winger's website goals today, right? So I have attached the slides from our call in case you or anyone else wants to review what we discussed. That's really good. And I'm sure you're still in research mode, so I'm also including a few resources to help you determine whether actionable is right for you, right? Put whatever. So any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And you put your name, your phone number, and your website. So that's really straightforward, very short too. Fantastic. So let me talk about discovery call follow-up email with action items. So this email is actually for the same situation as the last one, but with some more specific items. So subject line, you put your company plus the client follow-up. So hi, the name. Great speaking with you today. I just wanted to follow up on our meeting with a few things to answer your question about topic. Answer the question. As we discussed, I'm going to action item, and I have attached the questionnaire for you to fill out and email back to me. If you have any questions, let me know. And you can even put in PS, you can check out this resource to see how other companies are using product solution to achieve the goal. Talk soon, and you put your name. You also have the quote or proposal follow-up. So you want to send this follow-up email if you haven't heard back on a quote or a business proposal. So depending on your business model and which number of follow-up emails it is, you might offer a demo and or share a case study or resource. So the subject line, you can put your company plus the client follow-up. So hi, the name of the client. I didn't hear back from you after sending the quote over, so just thought I'll check in. I have attached it in case the original got lost in cyberspace, and this happens. People are busy again, okay? And you might find this case study for a similar client to be helpful. And if you have any hesitations at all, I'll be happy to discuss them with you over email or phone, okay? So just put looking forward to hearing from you, name, blah, blah, blah. Very straightforward. So let me show you on the screen here what that template might look like, okay? So you know what works for you. So you see put the name, first name, last name. Now let me give you a different approach. You could quickly recap the quote you sent and or end with a question. So you can say, hi, contact name. I wanted to follow up and check in on the quote I sent on the day, which covered the features we can offer your company to help you improve your pain point. So as a reminder, this would include, you put the feature, but also the price, right? You want to personalize and you want to quantify the offer. Can I answer any other questions, for example? So that's really good. You also have an invoice follow-up email template. So no one wants to have to send this email, but it happens, especially for B2B businesses when you have finance departments involved. So here is a simple way to follow up on an unpaid invoice. So subject line, friendly reminder, unpaid invoice, blah, blah, blah. So hide the name. You put, I hope this note finds you well. I'm emailing to follow up on an invoice that I emailed you on that date. I haven't received the payment yet, so I just want to make sure you got it. So as a general reminder, payment is due on this date. I have reattached the invoice in case you need it. Thank you and have a great week. Okay. So I'm showing you on the screen here an example of an invoice follow-up email using the templates that I just shared with you earlier. So you can put friendly reminder, hi Carol, blah, 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 and you just put all the info. I want you to really take a look at that template on the screen right now. You also have the request follow-up email template. So you want to use this email to follow up on a request you have sent someone, whether that's to a business with a high domain authority, asking for a backlink, or to a coworker asking for a piece of information. So the subject line, you put the original subject line, and you can say, I just wanted to resurface my below request in case it got buried in your inbox. Have you given any thought to adding our link to your post? Thank you in advance. Okay, pretty straightforward. And you can see on the screen what the example looks like. Okay, so here is a request follow-up email example based on the template I shared with you earlier. So hi Max, blah blah blah. Just wanted to so pretty straightforward. Once again, very straightforward and very brief. Also, you do not want to really do not want to let's just say like what I call email fatigue. You do not want to trigger email fatigue in your recipient's inbox. So just be straightforward and be brief as much as possible. Next, you have networking follow-up email templates. So building relationships within your niche is one of the most important things to do for your business. So you want to use this email when you want to solidify, let's say, a connection you made with someone. Okay, so you can say subject line, nice meeting you, put the name. So hi name, it was great to meet you last night at the event. Put the event name. I enjoyed our conversation about topic, especially something specific. You're not really kissing ass here. You are really being genuine, okay? It's all about making sure you are cultivating the relationship. And you can say your mention of something specific reminded me of this and that resources. So I thought I would share it in case they are of any use. Stay in touch. That's it. So on the screen here is an example of a networking follow-up email using the template I just shared with you. Okay, I'm going to leave this on the screen for a few seconds. You also have networking follow-up email to continue the conversation. This is also can be very helpful. Okay, so subject line. Let's say you've met someone that you would like to build a relationship with or meet for coffee. You want to use this email template. So you can put subject line hello from your name and your company name or even your event name. So you can say hi name. It was a pleasure talking to you, talking with you at the event name. It was so interesting to learn something that stuck out to you. As for grabbing a coffee sometime, I would love to take you up on that. Do you have any availability this or next week? Good times for me are let the good times roll here, okay? But I will be glad to work around your schedule. Let me know what works for you best. You put the name. You also have the interview follow-up email templates. So this is the most sensitive of the follow-up emails. It's important to actually keep a pretty formal tone here, not robotic, but formal, okay? So use something like this. Subject line, thank you for your time. Hi, the name. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today to learn about me. Tell me more about the company name and the role. I really loved hearing about something specific that was mentioned. It's clear. It's clear that, and you put something nice. So the prospect of using my relevant experience to contribute to company's mission is an exciting one for me. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Is there any additional information I can provide in the meantime? Please let me know if you need anything. So here on the screen, I'm going to put this again on the screen. Here's an example, okay? An example of follow-up email using the above templates. You also have follow-up email after no response. It's probably best to avoid open-ended questions here. If the person didn't answer, they either don't have the time or are not interested enough, okay? So you can put something like, hi, you put the name, I haven't heard back from you, so I just wanted to ask, are you still interested? I know things can get busy and timelines can change, but I also don't want to be a bother. Let me know where you are at, and I will adjust my communication accordingly. It's great to give them options, okay? And I will put this on the screen here. So that's the follow-up email after no response. So there are follow-up email words and phrases like I thought I would, I thought I wanted to, I'm emailing to, I'm emailing to, I'm reaching back out to, circle back, drop you a line. Like those are words that you want to really use so you don't sound too pushy. So in conclusion to this conversation, I explained to you how to write a follow-up email. I give you the steps, the templates, and now the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.